Namaste students, welcome to statistics class, and we were discussing about statistical inference, and we have seen in case of statistical inference, that is we are in the topic large sample test, and in large sample test there are 4 applications. In that first one, test for population mean, then second one, test for equality of means of two population, third one, test for population proportion, and the last one, test for equality of proportions of two population. So we are in the first unit. That is test for population mean. And I have given some of the steps in the previous class. What steps we need to follow in order to solve the problem. Their first step was about how to set the null hypothesis. Second one, how to set the alternative hypothesis. Alternative hypothesis is that it can be not equal or less than or more than. Then we will come towards the computation of the statistics, that is test statistics means where we apply particular formula. And after that, after applying a particular formula, we get their final answer. Then we need to see whether that answer, whether it fall in the acceptance region or rejection region. How to check that? We need to take the, depending upon the level of significance, we need to take the table value k, we need to choose there. Then at the end, finally we need to conclude. Now before that, as I said, now if you see what is the formula here, your formula goes like x bar minus mu divided by standard deviation. This is, as I said, this is a population standard deviation. If population standard deviation is not given in the problem, it can be replaced with S, that is sample standard deviation, and divided by root n. So this is the formula. And here we know that x bar is a sample mean. I write once again, x bar is a sample mean and mu is population mean. Mu is a population mean. Then sigma is a population standard deviation. And yes, this or this we need to take. Yes is a sample standard deviation. Then n is a sample size. See, here always problem based on, for example, we are conducting any of the survey or we are studying about some particular topic. There may be 1,000 people or 1,000 population, the which area we have selected. So this 1,000 people is our population. 1,000 people is our population, and out of 1,000 we select some numbers as a sample. How we selected here. So about that we are going to study. Particular population will be there. That population number, what did I tell here, 1,000, that will not be given in the problem. Only the sample what do we select. Only the sample what do we select from that population, that will be given in the problem, and based on that sample we conduct any of the survey or study. Now here, if you see this particular problem, read the problem there, concentrate here. A sample of 100 students. A sample of 100 students. So here our sample number is 100. Here always while starting solution, you need to write which are the given values. Which are the given values. Now see that. A sample of 100 students. Our sample, what we have selected, the size of our sample or number is 100. So n is equal to 100. As I said, there might be 1,000 people, that is our population. From that 1,000 we select here 100. It may be 1,000 or any other number because they have not particularly mentioned which is that number. So I have taken it might be 1,000. So from that we selected 100 as a sample. See here they have given a sample of 100. So this is a sample number n is chosen from a large group of students. It is about students. A large They have mentioned large group of students and they have not told what is the number of that large group of students. It might be any number, our population might be any number, it's a large group of students. We have chosen their 100. Now, the average height of these students, the average height of, what do you mean by average? Average, or you can see the word mean. Average or mean, one and the same. Average is equal to mean. Average means mean. So, average height of these students. These students mean 100 students. Average height of these students is 162. Average means that is a mean. The mean height of or average height of these students is 162. What is that 162? Which mean? That is a x bar. What is x bar? The sample mean. Sample mean is 162. How we can take it as sample mean? Here two means are there. Sample mean and population mean. Sample mean is, they have mentioned here the average height of these students. These means 100. The average height of large group of students means that is the mean of that large population. So, average height of these students is 162 centimeter. 162 centimeter. That is your samples. These samples mean it is. Then, our standard deviation is 8 centimeter. Now, your standard deviation as well as the mean of this particular sample is given. So, it's a sample standard deviation, not population standard deviation. So here the S sample standard deviation is 8. Sample standard deviation is 8 there. Now at 5% LOS means level of significance. At 5% level of significance, see here level of significance we write by using the Greek letter alpha, that is 5%. Level of significance it is 5%. Can we reasonably assume? See the question, this is the question. Can we reasonably assume that the average height of, see here, once again average height is nothing but mean height. Average height of large group of students. Average height of large group of students is 160 centimeter. So what is this 160? Now this is the average or the mean height of large group of students. Large group of students is nothing but population. It's a population mean of that whole population, that is mu is equal to 160 centimeter. Mu is equal to 160 centimeter. Standard deviation is 8. I hope it is clear. Don't get confused between how to identify sample mean, population mean, population standard deviation and sample standard deviation. The population number will not be given. The whole population number, that is, that will not be given. Only from that population what we have chosen as sample, that will be given. And read the sentence properly. In a sentence, the large group of these students, the average height of these students means the sample mean is 162, that is x bar. And once again sample standard deviation only given here. Yes, that is 8 centimeter. Yes, it is 8 centimeter. Now, if in case population standard deviation given means this standard deviation it would be here. It would be here with the population information. Now, at the end they have given that is the average height of large group of students. That is a population mean. The whole population's mean it is 160 centimeter. This is about how to identify the terms, which is sample mean, which is population mean, which is sample standard deviation, which is population standard deviation. The mean and standard deviation which will be along with sample, that is sample mean and sample standard deviation. The mean which will be separate, this is the separate which they have given. The population, the whole population, the large group of students. See, average height of large group of students. They have not mentioned average height of these 100 students. Here they have given average height of these students. It's a sample mean and sample standard deviation. This is the population mean. Instead, if they, for example, they did not give population standard deviation means it would be here. So here understand it's a large group of students. It might, for example, the students in a Mangalore. From that we select 100. That is this 100 and their mean and their standard deviation. At last they have given the mean of the whole, the 1000, the whole population. So this population number will not be given. We are conducting any of the survey based on only this sample size. Now, nextly we will move towards the first step, that is step 1. No need to write step 1. Write null hypothesis. How to write the null hypothesis? Always, while writing null hypothesis, see the question there. The sentence which is connected with the mu value. Sentence which connected with the population mean. That sentence you have to see. What is their question? Can we reasonably assume the large group of students, their mean is 160? We need to set two hypotheses here, two statements we need to set. One, yes we can assume. One, we cannot assume. It's a simple hypothesis. Yes, we can assume. One more alternative, we cannot assume. Now, see the problem. Here they have not mentioned anything about less than 160 or more than 160. No. Or is there significant difference? You need to identify in the question usually. Is there less than or more than, or can you see the word increase or decrease, or else significant, or else is there significant difference? These words you need to see: increase, decrease, less than, more than, or significant difference. Now, if you read this question, when you see this question, see the question there you cannot find any increase, decrease, less than, or more than, or significance. It's a simple question. Can we reasonably assume that the average height of large group of students is 160 centimeters? Now, in this kind of question, firstly, as I said, see the question, the sentence which is connected with the mu, that is the population mean, that sentence you take in case of null hypothesis. What you need to take? Question starts from here. Can we reasonably assume? Here you need to write we can reasonably assume that the average height of large group of students is 160 centimeters. Yes, we can assume. That means we are taking here mu is equal to 160. We consider mu, yes, we can assume. We consider the population mean is equal to 160. What they have given, yes, we assume that. How to set alternative? Null hypothesis will be always, it is equal, it's always equal. You get confused with alternative. Alternative, since we are not finding less than or more than in the problem, we need to write the ulta of this. That is, write the alternative hypothesis. That is, we cannot assume. We cannot reasonably assume. We cannot reasonably assume that the average height of large group of students, average height of large group of students is 160 centimeter. We cannot assume. We cannot assume means how to take. Here we are taking, see here, mu is the continuation of this. I will take it here. Here we are taking alternative hypothesis, that is mu is not equal to 160 centimeter. Not equal we are taking. Not less than or more than, not equal to 160 centimeter. So if you are not taking less than or more than, not taking means less than or more than is not there in the problem. So we need to take in this format. So it is two-tailed test. Two-tailed test. When we can say that one tail, if it is less than here, then it is left tail. If it is more than here, then it is right tail. Here it is not equal, so it is two tail. Why it is not equal? Why we need to frame in that way? Because it's a simple problem. Here less than or more than is not given. So here, yes, we assume that it is 160. Here we are not assuming that it is 160. Here we are considering yes, mu is equal. Here we are not taking it is equal. We are considering that no, we are not ready to accept that it is 160. It is not 160. Mu is not equal to 160. Now we need to see. Now we need to check. That is the third step. Test statistic. Now test statistics. Write the formula there. Z is equal to x bar minus mu divided by, here we have sample standard deviation, that is S divided by root n. Now here what is the value of x bar? X bar it is 162 and what is mu? 160 divided by, what is standard deviation? 8 divided by root 100. 8 divided by root 100. Now 162 minus 160, there you get 2. Then here 8 by the root of 100 is 10. 8 by 10 you get 0.8. When you divide, you get value as 2. Calculated value, that is CAN, calculated value of normal test Z. CAN means calculated value of normal test. Z is 2.5. Now we got from the test statistics, from after performing the particular test, we got their value as 2.5. Now we need to give the conclusion. Before that we need to take the table value. Table value we need to take based on the level of significance. Now what is the level of significance here? Level of significance is 5. Now right there, at 5% level of significance, the critical values are, what are the values? How to take? Now yesterday I have given one particular table, that is statistical table. There was two level of significance, 5% and here it was 1%. And here there was two tail test and other side one tail test. Now where you need to check? You need to check there. You need to check what is the level of significance here. Level of significance is 5. 5% level of significance. It's a two-tailed test. We know that it is two-tailed test at 5% level of significance. What is the values of minus k and positive k? What are the values of minus k and positive k? See, this particular table will be given in the statistical table also. Here if you see the statistical table here, the normal test, Z test, page number 431, the statistical table is given for normal test. There one tail test and two tail test is given. You need to see in the table column two tail test, there 5%, what are the k values? 5% k value is 1.96. Here it is clearly given for 5% level of significance. The table critical value is 1.96. Now, as I said, when it is two-tailed test, we take the values as minus 1.96 positive 1.96. If it is left tailed or right tailed, we take only one value. In case of two tailed tests, we take here values as minus 1.96 and positive 1.96. Now, how to check whether it fall in the acceptance region or in the rejection region? Now, see here, the critical value is 1.96 and minus and positive 1.96. Calculated value is 2.5. In case of two-tailed test, the calculated value, it should fall in between minus 1.96 and positive 1.96. That is in case of 5%. If same problem, if it is for 1%, your value will change. Your value will change depending upon the table. You will get different two values. You will get 2.58 and 2.58 here. If it is a 1% level of significance. Since it is 5% level of significance, here you have 1.96 and 1.96. Further, if you get confused, you draw a graph here and just see where 1.96 will come. Positive 1.96 will fall here and negative 1.96 it will fall here. Now, where this 2.5 will fall? 2.5 will fall beyond 1.96. So, here it will not fall within the acceptance region. So, what is our acceptance region here? These are the acceptance region. These two are the acceptance region. The whatever values we get here, it should fall within this acceptance region. But it falls here 2.5. It falls beyond the acceptance region. So, here it doesn't fall in the acceptance region. So, we need to write here since ZCAL, that is calculated value of normal test, calculated value lies in the acceptance or rejection region. It lies in the rejection region. It lies in the rejection region. Since calculated value lies in the rejection region, H0 is rejected. This test is conducted for the purpose to check whether we accept this null hypothesis or we are rejecting this null hypothesis. Here what happens? It falls beyond the acceptance region. So what? We reject the value. We reject the null hypothesis. So if we reject the null hypothesis, we have to accept the alternative hypothesis. So what we need to conclude? We need to conclude with alternative hypothesis. Now write the conclusion. See, H0 is rejecting. We are rejecting the null hypothesis. For example, now we are accepting. It falls within the region. We are accepting the null hypothesis. Accepting means we are writing this as conclusion. Now we are rejecting this. If we are rejecting means this we are accepting. It's not necessary to write that H1 is accepted. Just we need to write whether we are rejecting null hypothesis or accepting null hypothesis. Here we are rejecting null hypothesis. So obviously we are accepting alternative hypothesis. Now this which we are accepting, that we are writing as conclusion. Here what is the conclusion then? We cannot reasonably assume that the height of large group of students is 162 centimeters. So this is the conclusion. So here mainly you need to identify the terms which is sample mean and which is population mean. and which is sample standard deviation, whether sample standard deviation is given or population standard deviation is given. Then you need to frame, depending upon the problem, null hypothesis as well as alternative hypothesis. And while framing null and alternative hypothesis, you need to check the problem there, whether in the problem is there less than or more than. If less than or more than, if it is not there, then it will be always not equal. Mu is always not equal. Then apply the test statistic formula, that is the function, and after that you will get the final answer for normal test. Then depending upon the level of significance, you take the table values. The critical value k are chosen from the table. Then you start your analysis whether it falls within the acceptance region or beyond. This graph is not compulsory, that is for your understanding, you can draw in a side. Then if it is false yes within the acceptance region, means accept the null hypothesis. If it doesn't fall in the acceptance region, then reject the null hypothesis. Whichever hypothesis you are accepting, that you need to write as conclusion. This is about this is the procedure of testing the hypothesis. So in further classes we will see some other problems related to